The setup that we use for a golf bunker shot is actually very different from a standard golf shot or even a standard chip or pitch. So if I'm going to hit this ball out to this pin, the way I stand and hold the club face is not the same as it would be for many other golf shots. As I set up to this ball, you maybe get a better view of what I was actually doing there. So as I approach this shot as if I'm going to hit it out this way, the first thing you'll notice that I do is I open the club face. Now I've taken my sand wedge, which is quite a lofted club, but I also have a lob wedge which is more lofted, but the lob wedge often doesn't have the same degree of bounce as the sand wedge. Bounce is the flange at the bottom of the club that means that the leading edge sits above the trailing edge. Now I want that trailing edge to bounce off the surface, so I use a high degree of bounce. And then I open the club face. Opening the face is having it here so it's pointing vertically at 12 o'clock, and then from my side, if I twist it here to 1 o'clock or even 2 o'clock, then I make my grip. It's important I didn't hold it and twist it round, because chances are my grip would just turn it back over again. So I actually twist it open and then I make my grip. Then as I bring the club down, that ball is going to go to the right hand side because that's where the club is aiming. So then I move my body around to the left. The club now points straight at my intended target. So I'm aiming left, the club was aiming right, the ball will then come out slightly more down to the target line and slightly straighter. I then make sure that I have a wide stance and my ball slightly ahead of centre. We often chip and pitch the ball with the ball slightly more back, but that de-lofts the club, takes the bounce off it and encourages me to hit down too much. So ball more forwards, club face more open. In this position, I can then sit a little bit more with low hands and low knees. So my knees flex more, my hands sit down nice and low. So if we turn this way, as if I'm hitting towards the camera, let's say a standard chip and pitch shot, I would be here. For a bunker shot, the face is more open, the stance is open. The stance is wider, the ball is forwards, and then I sit down a little bit lower. And in this position, I've got a much better chance of being able to splash the ball out nice and close to the flag by changing my bunker setup.